There's a cake waiting for me. This is a trick that I learned off an electrician years ago. It's actually illegal to be on your P-plates and not install a subwoofer. So today, in Aiden's Daihatsu charade, we're going to install a head deck, amplifier, 10-inch sub and some 6x9 speakers. The most important tool that we're using today is a list on a bit of cardboard. We've had a bit of a think about what needs to happen, and we've got a clear outline of every single step. We're going to be using this wiring kit that makes it pretty easy, pretty much comes with everything that you need. And we're going to start with a ground wire for the amplifier. This is probably one of the shorter cables we need to make. We've just found a bolt that's easy to ground to, and we just got to simply wire that to the ground on the amplifier. With the easiest cable out the way, I've actually moved on to the hardest cables. Now, we've mounted the head deck under the seat because we didn't want to cut up this beautiful 1985 Daihatsu charade because it's pretty dead stock. So I actually found the power wire for the head deck up under the dash. This will give us continuous 12 volts and ignition 12 volts for the head deck. We use the same ground wire for the amp as we did for the head deck, and the 6x9s are actually wired into this now. So that's the head deck all done and finished. Because we mounted the head deck so close to the amplifier, we really didn't need the RC cables to be very long. But because we bought the kit, we got really long cables. So it was just a matter of getting all that cable, and we're going to bunch it up and hide it underneath this little timber mounting plate that we made.
Lovely.
When we're running new cables, we're doing our best to follow the OEM wiring harness. And so Aiden tidied that all up, hid it under the carpet so you can't see any of it, leaving a nice, neat install.
Sim, that did literally nothing.
What did you say? Why are you using Susan?
Bunch of hacks.
No, because they're on you. You're not going to run around for a freaking crimper like that. Who's going to carry that in their bag?
Industrial electricians.
Yeah, with stuff there.
Yeah, they're
not going to build a house, are they? They don't know how to freaking wire up a GPIO. They don't know how to build a robot. Yeah, look at him. That's how you do it. Like a man. Like a man.
Whenever you're looking at sound system equipment, they love putting big numbers on there, but the ones that matter are the nominal numbers, or what they call RMS. The amplifier can actually provide 300 watts of RMS. So I just wanted to double check the speaker, and having a look, it can only handle 250 watt RMS. So we needed to make sure we don't have the amplifier turned all the way up.
It's removing seats. Please remove seats.
With the rear speakers and the subwoofer all wired up, we're going to move on to the main power cable coming from the engine bay. Now, it's important that you wire in the big, large fuse that comes in the wiring kit. The other important thing is getting it through the firewall in a safe manner. So we found this bung here that wasn't being used. I poked a hole in it with my scribe and managed to get the main power cable to feed through it and down into the firewall. This way it doesn't rub on the metal and cut the wire. Nathan, Lewis and Aiden were all on this job today, and having that list on the cardboard meant that everybody could pick a task and just chip away at it. It made the job go much smoother, and we were able to get this whole install done pretty much in a couple of hours.
We're just going out shopping. We're going out shopping.
So this is a trick that I learned off an electrician years ago. Because these cables are really thin, when you do up the grub screw, it splays the cables everywhere. So what we want to do is we get ourselves a little bit of brass and we wrap that in there like that.
Fitter and Turner, isn't majority of the work they do is making the tools?
No, so that's a tool maker.
Oh, so that's not fitter and turning?
No, it's different.
So fitter and turning is like working with lathes and different machinery that it's not boiler making, but it's still working with metal and lathes and all that sort of stuff.
Lewis found another method where he rolled up the bit of brass first and put it in and then put the cable in, finding it much easier. We'd worked through the list. It was just a matter of doing the last couple of crimps, and we're getting super close to starting up this brand new sound system.
Looking up.
Today, Judah.
Hey, dude!
Oh, that scared the crap out of you, didn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Stay tuned for next time when we put Loctite on Aiden's number plate.